Hey, what's up everyone? Hello, hello. Is the stream live? Hey, we're live. What's up everybody? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Guys, we got so much to talk about today. Holy crap. I don't even know what happened. So, Battlefield, like an article came out, right? And it was just like someone like talking about like Battlefield 6, its development, and just talk about how its progress is going and everything like that, right? It got wild, dude. This article is insane. This is probably, except the last one from that Tom Henderson guy, when he put the whole development mindset of like how it all turned out during 2042. Since then, we haven't really heard too much behind the scenes of like how EA and how like everything's been developed. But dude, this said like everything, and it was it's a lot of wild stuff, that's for sure. I think what we'll do is, because I know Enders has got a video, so I'm gonna go over that on that video, because I know he will probably explain a lot more detail, because my reading is not the greatest. So we'll do that. But yeah, some of the stuff was insane though. Like one of the things they said in there was that they was trying to expect to hit 100 million players. What is crazy, because trying to hit 100 million players, I don't even know what games have actually done that. But I don't think Battlefield will do it. Even if Battlefield is a great success game, it will not hit that many players. It's just a kind of a given. Like, because Battlefield 1 was definitely probably one of its best games ever, like selling wise. Hey, how you doing, man? Appreciate you coming into the Twitch stream. Hope you're doing well. The first chatter as well. We literally just started. Oh god, what was I saying? Brain fart. Yeah, Battlefield 1 was its biggest game in history. It done really well. And that only done about 30 million? Was a really big number. And you know, like Battlefield 1 was really, really big. You see? I guess at that current time though, so maybe they could be estimating like how much players there would be nowadays. Because compared to 2016 to 2026, as a 10-year gap, you know what I mean? It's a whole decade. So you know what I mean? Like, I suppose, I doubt it, though. Like, that's just wild. And you doing 100 mil player count is insane. So you doing alright today? Yeah, man, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Wanted to talk to all you guys about all this crazy Battlefield stuff. But yeah, I'm waiting for people to come in. We have our videos from Enders, what we're going to be going over. Because that's probably going to explain everything. But we'll just wait until everyone pops in. But it's good to see everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Tina, how you doing, madam? Good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. One more day, Tina. And that's it. The weekend begins. Start pre-gaming now. Remember, troopers, tomorrow early stream, okay? It's the 4th of July tomorrow. So I'm going to be streaming early, okay? Because I'm going to be celebrating the 4th with the wife and stuff. Friendly down. But yeah, I'm probably going to be still playing games during the 4th because I'm not going out anyway. Because I got to be home because I have dogs. And what they're fine with the fireworks, honestly, it's just some of the loud booms. But they'll be fine. But yeah, I want to do an early stream because I know a lot of people who watch my content are also in the States. And I know that the later it will be, the harder it will be for them lot to watch. They might be grilling, they might be spending some time with the family. So we're going to do an early stream, okay? So we can try to catch everyone. I don't know what time exactly. I think it's just going to be like probably like 11 o'clock. So it's not going to be like ridiculous early. It's just going to be in the morning, that's all. What, my time at least. For you guys, it'll be like, what, 4 in the afternoon? Hey, Dan, what's up, dude? Good afternoon, man. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good sleep. What you been up to, on this Thursday? We're so close to Friday, man. We was just talking about all the Battlefield stuff. We're going to be going over a video in a minute. Some crazy stuff came out about Battlefield news. Really, really crazy news. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up to date or not, but really big stuff dropped about Battlefield. So apparently, right, the studio what was working on the Black Ops, what am I saying, Black Ops Accord, was working on Battlefield campaign, and they got let go. I think it was Marcus Leto or something, what his name was, the founder of Halo, or the founder of Master Chief at least. Well, apparently, that 2 years of him developing the campaign for the Battlefield, apparently they couldn't resource any of it when they let go of the studio. So they had to make a whole new campaign. Apparently so. So hear this, right? There is 3 gates when it comes to, well, there's like 4 technically. But there's gates when it comes to, like, games, right? You got, like, your discussion, seeing if it's possible. Like, that's gate 1, like, meeting-wise. And then gate 2 is, like, development. And then gate 3 is, like, builds. So, like, alpha, pre-alpha, stuff like that, right? And then you got your gate 4 is where it's coming out of beta stage and getting ready to launch. And stuff like that, right? Well, apparently, because of this whole campaign mess, it put it so behind that it launched in Gate 3 in 2023, but because of the campaign, they had to push it back. And apparently, Battlefield 6 only launched in Gate 3, like getting out of like into like alpha stage in May 2025. Apparently, it just came out of alpha stage, or it's just begun, beginning into like an alpha build, and like pre-alpha and stuff like that. Like literally, what, like 2 months ago. Doesn't mean that the BR is really buggy. It doesn't mean that the multiplayer is really, really buggy. That it has to be entirely the full game. So this all seems like it's around the campaign, right? But as far as I know right now, it seems like the campaign is 2 years behind schedule. You hear that? 2 years behind schedule. I don't know about you guys, right? You know, I'm just gonna be that guy, you know. I don't really give a crap about the campaign. I'll be honest with you. It's not like it's the first thing I'm gonna do when I jump in. Unless you release a game and you release the campaign first, that's the only way you're going to get people like me to play it. I'm being honest with you. I like the way how COD does it, where they released a campaign first, force people to play the campaign, and then they can go to multiplayer. GTA did it as well, GTA 5. But that's the only way you're going to get me to play the campaign. I'm sorry, but when Battlefield 6 comes out, I'm going straight multiplayer. You know what I mean? I can watch, like, a movie cutscene of the campaign for, you know, like an hour on YouTube, you know what I mean? That'll give me the whole up-to-date with the storyline. But how crazy is that? So you tried the new Battlefield places? Even if I wanted to tell you, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, so apparently the whole Battlefield stuff, it seems like it's the campaign. Far as I'm, like, understood with the article, it seems like it's mainly the campaign what is, like, the biggest issue right now. And they're still gonna do it, because they got to. It's the only way you're gonna get, like, a full bundle game. But that's crazy. Hey, that's all good, man. You do that workout, dude. I get it. I'll be here tomorrow. Don't worry about it. You are gonna miss the Battlefield T, though. We're going over all the BF T. So what's the new with the BF game? Oh, dude, we're gonna go over that in just a second. I'm waiting for people to come in. I got a video from Enders we're gonna be going over. We're just talking about briefly some of it now. Yeah, some huge news, man. Young Hustler, what's up, man? Well, this is what I'm saying, Gabe. It's a shame you're going to miss some of it, but dude, you got to work out, man. It's important. But this was the thing, right? It doesn't mean that that's by the multiplayer or the BR. It just because it's the campaign. It seems like the campaign's the issue. That's why it was so behind. At the end of the day, you can't price tag a game $80 if it doesn't have a campaign. You know what I mean? It's got to have a certain amount. That's why it has like 3 selections, you see. So technically for 2042, it was Portal, the Warfare, and Hazard Zone. Obviously, Hazard Zone got discontinued. Portal basically same way, and it was just the multiplayer. You know, that's how bad it got with 2042. But you got to do it to sell their game full price. You know, so that's why they're doing a campaign, a multiplayer, a BR. It's got to have 3 things. But yeah, it seems like a lot of this whole trouble and everything was going around with Battlefields. It seems like a lot of it is just around the campaign. Because the campaign is like 2 years behind. Like 2 years delayed, man. Like behind schedule. It's crazy. But they fired the studio what was working on it. As I was saying, there was a studio who was working on the campaign absolutely fine. So how often do I stream? Pretty much every day. Yeah, I'll usually take the Saturdays off. Especially now, you know, it's the summertime, you know, busy time. But I always take Mondays off. Mondays are my content days. So I just kind of just do nothing, make videos. It's also a pretty good day to take Mondays off because it seems like that the day after is always like new seasons. So just like when it comes to Delta Force. For its new season next week, it's going to be handy for me to take Monday off. Because it comes out on a Tuesday. Dude, it's going to be like Tuesday midnight. You know that, troopers. Man, I have to mess up my sleep schedule this weekend. I got to do it. It's so crazy that the fact that I have to like purposely mess up my schedule. It's totally worth it though. It's always been worth it, man, to just do stuff on the time slots. But Delta Force, it just kind of sucks because it's all Chinese time. So it's like, because with Battlefield, everything was like in the morning. So it was like 5 or 4 in the morning. And if it was like with the Battle Pass, that would launch between 7 to 8 in the morning. That would be my time, Eastern Standard. But with Delta Force, theirs comes out at like 12 midnight or 7 PM. But it's fine. I can easily mess up a schedule. I'm going to play a bunch of Repo with the wife this weekend. I don't know if you guys ever played Repo before, but that game is so sick. I'm probably going to stream it. So keep an eye on my Twitch, because I stream that game only on Twitch. Any of my variety games, only on Twitch. But I'm going to be streaming it with the wife and some friends. But that's the best way to screw up my sleep schedule, because I stay up late for that game. I'm going to get my glasses on. So how do you maintain it with a sleeping schedule? Well, because I have a normal sleep schedule. I just purposely had to mess it up because I got a new season coming. It's literally for one day. That's it. It's just for one day. It's just a late Tuesday. That's it. But I don't want to be tired on Tuesday. It'll take me about 2 days to fix it. But to screw up a sleep... I feel like to screw up a sleep schedule, it takes you more longer. Well, no, you can easily screw it up in like a day, but I think the best way to like actually do it is do it for a couple of days. You want like 2 days to screw up a sleep schedule, and then 2 days to fix a sleep schedule. That's what I always say. I think the first day you try to fix one is always the hardest, because you got to try to force yourself to stay awake. Even if you're tired. But yeah, new seasons for Delta Force, they come on like, what, once every 2.5 months? So I only need to do it like once every 2.5 months. So do you think it's okay to let your gain KD so just by playing TDM, so versus bot? No, you can't gain I think if you look into the actual like stats thing, the bot stats don't count. I think if you look into the console stats of it all, so like the in-game stats, I don't think that even shows you the bots. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it does. But there's one called Battlefield Stats, or like Stats Tracker, Tina, and that will give you the real human KD. But girl, don't talk to me about KD stuff. I can't stand that stuff. I hate all the KD stuff.
No margin for error. We win now or we run.
Like, I guess it does show like what kind of players you are dealing with, I guess. But I don't know, I feel like a KD is just such a big judge of someone's character. Like, their person. I know, I've never really cared about, like, people's bad KD or even good KD, you know? I suppose it's nice to have a good tryout on your team, of course, but, you know. What's my highest viewership in a stream? I got, like, a raid, I mean, like, 2 years ago from Broken Machine. Oh no, that was longer than that. That was in Battlefield 5. So that was probably like 2020? Yeah, it was probably through the COVID times actually, because it was big. And he raided me, and I think I had like 300 or something on YouTube. Something like that, 300. I can't remember, but it dropped really quick, of course. You know what I mean? That's how raids go. You know, half of them kind of disappear, and then the rest of the lurkers and etc. Hey Muffin, what's up, dude?
Retreat. Battle's done. We've lost enough troops for today.
But yeah, like a non-raid on YouTube, I think it was like 170. But that was during, I think I was like reacting to the Battlefield trailer, I believe it was. It's definitely hard to grow on Battlefield and stuff now, that's for sure. It's because you don't have, like, there's not a viewership anymore for these games, you know? You don't have, like, other people just coming in anymore. You know, the people who come into my stream and talk to me, I see them every single day. What's great, you know, I have such a great relationship with all my viewers, you know? I see them all the time. But we don't get just random people just coming in all the time. It's always the same group, because it doesn't really have that audience anymore. No, I don't like looking at KD and stuff, Tina. I think it's a very frustrating thing to go through. You know, worrying about your stats and stuff. I remember back in the day where I had friends on console who would literally, like, fully, like, power off, disconnected their console. Like, they would like, you know, not leave or anything. They would, like, fully power it down. By unplugging it from the wall, just so none of the data would save. That's what it was, because that was before like the cloud data and everything came along. So if your game disconnected, your stuff would still be saved. But there, at that point, it wasn't. So people would disconnect it, you know, just so like that bad game they had wouldn't count. So it was kind of like cheesing for a better KD. But I had a friend who was obsessed about it, and it was so frustrating because it was like nearly every 1 or 2 games, dude would just leave. And all he would do was probably just drop like 30 to 40 kills, and that would be it. You know, and me and my friends, we could be dropping like 60 or 80 kills or something. Yeah, we probably died another 60 times, but so what? But yeah, I've never, that's the saying, like, I haven't given the monkeys about KD for ages, man. Just because of, like, reasons like that. I think it just got too unhealthy for most people. It obviously calmed down now. Of course it has, but I don't know. People still want to show off their KD and think it matters, I guess. I think if you have over a KD of 5, then it matters. Honestly, or even a 4. Like a higher than a 4 KD, then you're pretty a top tier player. But at the end of the day, you know who's a good player or not. You know? Just play against some of these people. Look how they fly. Look how they drive. Look how they move. You know what I mean? Like, the KD doesn't need to define how you are as a player. You can freaking tell if it's a good player or not. When I start fighting, having a gunfight with someone, and they start doing all this fancy movement and everything or whatever, I'm just like, yeah, this guy kind of knows what he's doing.
We'll update you once you're on the ground. Singapore is counting on you.
My face cam? Oh no, it switches between the two. I have a dog cam and stuff, so it switches between me and the dog cam. It's handy as well because, like, my dogs are behind me, so the only way to see my dogs is just turn around. You see, I got one right below me though, so you can't see her. But it's easier for me to check on the dogs too. Be a good player if you have like over 1.5 KD. See, it just depends though, you know what I mean? Like, the thing is, right, would you like to have a bad game but felt like you had a good impact and you won it? Or would you like to have a good game but you lost it? What do you think? What do you think? I'm very curious to see what you guys think. Like, honestly, you really think about it though, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's like yin and yang, innit? You know, it's just like, It's the same thing as if you really look at it, you know? I think it's all just by the player. So I'd rather have a bad game and win. Okay. So what about everyone else? Would you rather have a good game and lose badly? Or would you have a bad game and win goodly? I don't know if goodly is a word, but we're going with it. So like you kind of play bad, you don't really have a good KD, you died a lot, but you made a really big impact into the game and you won that lobby. You know, you won that good conquest game, you done a good job, but you just didn't really do good by, you know, KD wise. Or would you have a really good KD, you've been absolutely slobbing that lobby, but your team got annihilated? What's the way? Because that right there is the difference of KD and objective. But then that's what I'm saying, like, I don't think it really matters if you really look into it, because, like, you know, I can say I don't really care about KD, but then, yeah, I care about winning. You know? And you really look at it, it's kind of a similar thing, because it's like, you know, you want a higher KD, well, I want to win, you know? It's just a drive, and I guess if that makes you enjoy the game more, you know, and it keeps you grinding more, because that drive or that grind, then you should do what you want to feel comfortable with, you know? It's the point about gaming, you should be having fun what you do. I think the one thing I just don't like, and I just wish more people respect it, and you're making sure you get it here, is that you don't judge the players, man. I don't care if you're a good player, I don't care if you're a bad player. You are absolutely welcome to be here, okay? You will be treated with the same amount of respect with anyone else. I do not judge people by their KD or anything like that. Your character is what I judge, alright? I just want you to be a nice person, a good human. That's all I could ask. I'm on console, but I can't turn crossplay off. So I always play on the crossplay on servers, and I don't really bump into cheaters, honestly, but I also play on, like, you know, North America lobbies, so that probably is a factor to it, and the times I'm playing them too. If I played them later in the day, they'll start creeping out. I don't feel like I bump into that many cheaters, you know, but I know a lot of people do. It's the times you're playing them. I guarantee you, give it about 4 hours, they'll start creeping up. It seems like the times I start playing them, I don't see them. Hey, Dave, what's up, man? What's up? I'm just waiting for everyone, but honestly, it's been nearly 30 minutes now. I think we'll start this in a minute. But we have so much Battlefield news, guys. So much. Yeah, we got a lot of Battlefield news to cover, okay? Bunch. We're going to be going over a video from Enders. He's going to be explaining everything. But the whole article, I don't know if you guys have been seeing it on Twitter and stuff, but it was crazy. Crazy. Some of the stuff is mad. So I feel like we're going to pause the video quite a lot to discuss it. But I think we're going to be going over that pretty soon. It explains about what's going on with the game. To explain stuff a little bit shortly to you guys, I'll go over some of the pinpoints, okay? Battlefield is expecting and wants to do over 100 million players for the launch of Battlefield 6. That is diabolical. Alright, this ain't Fortnite, this ain't COD. You know what I mean? the end of the day, Battlefield 1 was 30 million. I doubt it's gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Battlefield only made it into Gate 3. Gate 3 is making it into Alpha stage, where it starts becoming like remote. You know, they start testing more things out before it becomes a beta build. That only went into Gate 3 for the second time, because the first time it went into on 2023, but it actually went into Gate 3 on May 2025. But it seems like the biggest issue is the whole campaign, because as far as I know, the multiplayer is doing well, the Battle Royale is doing well, but what I do know is that the campaign is 2 years behind schedule. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? And the budget for Battlefield 6 is over 400 million. 400 million, bro. I wonder why EA wants that money, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. So we're going to be going over all that very soon, okay? I just want to make sure everyone's here so you guys catch up with it all. Some crazy news, man. But I'm not trying to freak out too much, because it seems like the multiplayer is doing okay. It seems like the biggest issue is around the campaign. Hey Lilith, how you doing? So game scene's very interesting. Oh, shot but nice shot. 6 hours campaign is I don't know, man, pretty short. So the news is definitely BS, so the guy doesn't want to put his name out. What you think is not a legit article. I don't know, man. There's PC Games also made an article about it. There's a bunch of massive sources what covering it, and they also have been doing their own ones. So it's not just from that one person. And that's the thing. Once all these other articles start coming out about it, yeah, because they're not going to just sit there and just spread a bunch of like false information, especially stuff like that. EA will have to address that. But yeah, as I was saying, like, I think people are freaking out because I think it's the entire game. It isn't. Like, the campaign is just the problem. The multiplayer's doing fine. The BR's doing fine. They're fine, apparently. Apparently they're doing well. Obviously, I can't speak too much about that. But yeah, it seems like this is just around the campaign. And it obviously makes sense anyway, because the studio got fired, what, like about a year ago? And that was a 2-year development. Okay, time to leave. That's what I was saying, Dave. I was like, unless they put it out for campaign first, you know what I mean? I'm probably not going to play it anyway. So, you know what I mean? Oh my god, Tina! Oh! Did you not listen what I said? Oh my goodness. I literally just said that the multiplayer and everything is doing fine. It's all been doing great. It's been well received and everything like that. And so this is all based around the campaign. And then you come to me and go, oh, it's crazy that the playtest has got well received. And says, yet the article just denies it as false. It's not. No. I'm trying to be rude. I just want people to listen to me. I literally just said that. Bro, I've said that like 7 times already. Tina, put down the wine. Put down the wine. Put it down. Give me that. It's my bottle. Alright, Tina, I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide this time. We're watching you. Muffin's just giggling over there. Bro. Oh. Interesting art. Nah, I'm pretty good with my own artwork. I've been doing my own artwork for years. I don't think I've worked with artists in a long time. I think the one thing is really hard to fetch in that entire article is more of like I think more, I don't know. I'm not interested in any artwork. I'm not trying to be rude. I get like 20 people a day on the bots on Twitch. Keep sending me stuff. I'm good. Yeah, I don't do any artwork from people like that. Sorry. But yeah, if you're trying to like get artwork or something, doing it through YouTube or Twitch is not gonna work. You want to set yourself on like Fiverr or something like that. I don't know what it's all called. But there's tons of art channels you can sign yourself up for and make yourself some pretty decent income. But asking people on the YouTube side, it really isn't the best place to do it.
Majority control.
Oh, yeah. Well, that didn't work out. Did you guys see my vote poll today? Did you guys vote on it? I gave everyone the chance to vote on the stream.
Our strategy isn't working. They now control more sectors.
DJ! What's up, man? Perfect time, dude. Perfect time. So we don't server. Yeah, as I said, dude, I have no interest in any artwork or anything like that. And that's the thing. If you wanted to contact streamers and stuff like that, you know where to do it through business emails and everything like that. You know, contact managers and everything. You don't tell people through the live stream. That's very unprofessional, and I prefer if you just leave it from there. As I said, I'm not interested in any artwork, so you have to just leave that alone, please. Thank you. Oh. Hey, Jim, what's up, man? How you doing, bud? Oh, just got him. Hang on, someone shot me behind? So good, thanks. How are you, yourself? Yeah, man, I'm doing pretty good. We're literally going to go over all of the Battlefield stuff in just a second. I was just kind of waiting for people to come in. But really, at this point, I think everyone's kind of here, right? I haven't seen Optic, but I know Optic will be up today anyway. DG's here now. I think we kind of got everyone, right? I think we'll go over in a minute then. Hey, coming in with a gifted membership! Let's go! So 13? Where?
Oh damn it, _Jim has gifted a sub to CMRG.
Oh, you've gifted 13 in the channel. Right. I was like, is that 13 memberships? I was like, what the frick? Thank you, dude. Let's go. W Jim. Yeah. Jim. Thank you, bud. Thank you, man. Can we get some love in the chat? Jim just came in with a sub on the Twitch. Come on.
Hostiles now control sector Echo.
Let's go. So Delta Force is better? That's the first one I've heard where it's the other way around now. Can they just get along? Can they just get along, you know? Just... Oh, Jim coming in with another one! What the frick? Let's go, man! Let's go!
Oh damn it, _Jim has gifted a sub to
Thank you. I hope that alert isn't too loud for you guys. If it is, I do apologize. Thank you, man, coming in with a back-to-back. Can you show your graphics settings? with another gift, dude! Let's go, man! Yeah!
Dammit underscore Jim has gifted a sub to SM0KY24.
Get the disco lights for that, man. He went with the triple tap. He tapped it twice, he had to go back again. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. That's all on the Twitch, by the way. That's all on the Twitch, troopers.
We've conquered more sectors than they have.
Jim coming in with 3 back-to-back. Appreciate it, boss man. Thank you very much for the nice love. So dig the lights. Heck yeah, dude.
They have alpha too.
Do we look kind of small on the webcam, don't we? Do you want me enlarged? You want to see me bigger? Is that better? Is that big, guys? Is that big? They look big now. Hang on, guys. If I tilt slightly to the left and get an angle, I should look bigger. And I will look now. So yes, you like me big up? Good, good. So how's everyone's tomorrow looking like? What's the guys' 4th of July plans? We're going to be doing an early stream, probably going to start around 11 o'clock, 11 in the morning, I would say. That should be alright, right? We'll be here for a couple hours. We're going to do some Battlefield. We've got Friday Night Battlefield to play. Hopefully we've got some troopers. And we'll be here for a couple hours, and then I'm going to be doing all the 4th of July stuff, really. I think I'll probably get like a quick power nap. And then start working on some food or something. I'm going to do a big bonfire, man. I don't think me and the wife are going to buy fireworks. Dude, we live in a city. So many people let fireworks off. We're just going to sit in our back garden, just do a big fire. And then, yeah. Just going to just get the fire pit going. And just watch the fireworks, really. We're not going to be doing that much anyway. I'm probably going to be, after that, we'll probably just game and stuff. But I got to stay home anyway, because for the dogs and everything. Because once them fireworks do start getting wild, it's going to be a little bit rough for them, bless them. But yes, early stream tomorrow, okay? But yeah, yeah, guys. I want you all, by the way, to put some photos in the Discord if you're cooking. So I really should have bought my damn Bluetooth earbuds. This is for me to wait. What are you waiting?
Count me in.
Alright, should we go over this video now? Because I think it's been enough now, hasn't it? I'm not trying to like overstretch this or anything for you guys, but let's go over this now because it's been like 40, 50 minutes, something like that. So this is the video what we got. It's from Enders. It says the worst Battlefield 6 news yet. It says behind schedule, devs unhappy, and more. Alright, guys.
Today, a massive article has just released detailing some of the inner workings regarding Battlefield 6, EA, developers, and a whole bunch of other stuff. In my opinion, this article details some of the worst stuff we have heard so far about Battlefield 6. This will be a very long video. I will leave timestamps so you guys can more easily follow things. If you do want to keep up to date with Battlefield 6, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, really helps the video out, and of course, join the Discord. All links are in the description to my Instagram and Twitter as well. Okay, so this article from Ars Technica dropped today, and it has first-hand accounts from people that have either worked on Battlefield 6 previously, are still currently working on Battlefield 6, or have just worked in and around EA. So these are first-hand accounts from sort of the inside. The author of this article starts it off by giving us a massive reminder of the events leading up to Battlefield 6. He goes through BF5's failure, Battlefield 2042's failure, the culture.
So I need to turn down the game audio.
Ends it off by stating each of the sources he spoke to shared their, quote, sincere hope that the game will still be a hit with the players once it actually releases. This article then goes into reminding us of the fact that EA hired, quote, 3 industry luminaires to lead Glacier, which is the code name for Battlefield 6. All of them are based in the United States.
Long.
This would be, of course, Respawn Entertainment, Ridgeline Games, and I think Criterion. He also quickly reminds us of the hires of Byron Bede, who worked on Call of Duty Warzone, Marcus Leto, who is of course the co-creator of Halo, and the hiring of Vince Zampella, who was one of the leaders of the team that initially created Call of Duty in 2003, and he joined EA in 2010 to work on other franchises. On top of that, he also quickly reminds us of some very big names in the Battlefield scene leaving EA and DICE.
Hey, what's up, Damien?
General Manager Oscar Gabrielson, and of course the creative director of Battlefield, Lars Gustafsson, who was
Mr. Battlefield.
Mr. Battlefield. He frames this as a changing of the guard in EA, and the next paragraph is where some crazy shit starts happening. He starts off by mentioning 2042 struggled against its big competitors in the scene, such as Call of Duty and Fortnite, and apparently, EA's executive leadership fully expects Battlefield 6 to be able to stand, quote, toe-to-toe with these competitors in the FPS market. This means that EA's executives set a massive, ridiculous player goal for Battlefield 6 of 100 million players over a set period of time.
See, that's what I'm saying, troopers. 100 million players. You know how wild that is? Like, there is no way they're gonna do 100 million players. Because I swear, like, Battlefield 1 done like 30 million or something. And Battlefield 1 is their biggest title yet. So there's no way. Like, even if it does really well, there's no way that is going to do numbers like that. Like, I think, like, 2042 did... What? I don't know why that took a while to kill him. But, yeah, 2042, I think it only done, like, what, like 400? 500k players at one point?
Which does include the post-launch of Battlefield 6. Just for reference, here are some other numbers. Battlefield 1, the most successful commercial Battlefield title.
Oh, look, he talks about it too.
Only reached, quote-unquote, maybe 30 million plus.
Yep.
That is how delusional
there we go.
Of the high-up leadership at EA is.
I love how me and Enders think alike.
Disconnected with reality, and they fully expect Battlefield to become their cash cow, their game that pretty much implants them as a big dog in the FPS space, their game that will farm them tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars for years to come. Unfortunately, this isn't surprising. We've always known EA is one of the most greediest, you know, however you want to put it, companies out there. I believe they were voted worst company in the United States twice. And some things later
I think it's like around
really
2013 to 2014.
People that actually work under the control of EA that don't want to do that for much longer, it seems. Now, on top of the incredibly unrealistic player goal for Battlefield 6, this is also the most expensive Battlefield game ever created.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 400.
For $400 million way back in early 2023. But
2023.
That it is already far above that initial $400 million budget. And to make matters even worse, apparently there is skepticism internally as to whether or not they can even get this done. I mean, just listen to some of these quotes from people that are working on the game. Quote, among the things that we are predicting is that we won't have to cannibalize anyone else's sales, that there's just such an appetite out there for shooters of all kinds that we will just naturally be able to get the audience that we need. I think people are surprised that they actually worked on the next Battlefield game and then increased the ambitions to what they are right now. Fast forward to February 2024, this was a big moment in Battlefield 6's development. The campaign studio, Ridgeline Games, which was being headed by Halo founder Marcus Leto, the whole studio was shut down.
Yeah, that's what happened, right? So I believe that studio was working on the campaign for about 2 years. And the way they explained it in the article was that like the whole studio got let go. But it's just like I don't understand like why the game is so delayed. When like how is that game like so delayed? You know, when they're the ones who fired the studio. You know, that's their own fault. Oh no, let's find out.
And apparently the reason for this is Glacier's or Battlefield 6's top leadership were quote-unquote dissatisfied with the progress they were seeing, and they made the call to shut this entire studio down. This article even reports that sources inside of EA teams outside of Ridgeline Games told him that there weren't proper check-ins on the state of the campaign until the final fateful review that caused the studio to be shut down. What kind of internal circus is fucking happening here? This article reports that the Ridgeline team couldn't possibly complete its objectives in the given time they were expected to be completed in. Quote, they kept reallocating funds, essentially staff months, out of our budget. And you know, we're sitting there trying to adapt to more with less. And keep in mind, these are quotes coming from people that are directly involved in this Battlefield 6 project. But perhaps one of the most unbelievable things in this entire article is next. Apparently, after Ridgeline Studios, the studio that was working on the Battlefield 6 campaign, was shut down, quote, there was essentially nothing left that Ridgeline had spent 2 years working on that they could pick up and build off of. So they had to redo essentially...
Dude, I'm trying not to crash it, but I'm so dead, bro. I'm so dead.
So you mean to tell me that
I'm so
they
dead.
had 2 years to work on this campaign, the studio was shut down, and apparently there's nothing they can salvage from this fucking 2-year period where they're working on this campaign, and they have to start over again?
Well, I gotta go back on that, because I am.
Years to work on this campaign. The studio was shut down, and apparently there's nothing they can salvage from this fucking 2-year period where they're working on this campaign, and they have to start over again? I find that almost completely unbelievable. But you know what?
How do they lose it?
This is Battlefield. Nothing ever goes smoothly or to plan, so unfortunately, this is actually right on track.
I didn't
the current
crash.
State of the single player is 2 years behind schedule.
That's
which
insane.
100% explains the recent campaign leak where you saw on Reddit, I'm not sure if any of you saw it, I cannot show it unfortunately, but take it from my word, the campaign leak featured a about minute-long clip where it showed a cinematic sort of thing happening, a dam being blown up. Everything was untextured, there was a bunch of placeholders, and it just looked completely unfinished. This makes complete sense now. And then if that wasn't enough, this article starts to go into the internal culture of actually working within one of these studios that is making Battlefield 6, having to deal with EA, having to deal with each other, and the spider web of internal nonsense that is apparently going on. He spoke to people that are working in DICE Sweden, and apparently there is massive tension between some people at the studio and the new US-based leadership. But the tensions appear to be more serious than that. 2 other major factors were at play here. Quote, scaling pains as the scope of the project expanded, and differences in cultural values between US leadership and the workers in Europe. Quote, DICE originally being a Swedish studio, they are a bit more humble. They want to build the best game, and they want to achieve the greatest in terms of the game experience.
Well, the Sweden studio is the original... I was gonna say, the Sweden studio is the original, like, Battlefield studio anyway, if I'm not mistaken. So, I know there's more passion behind Battlefield there than it probably is in the US studio. The US studio probably has, like, a bunch of staff and never worked on the game before, and it's just got a job to do. You know what I mean? To make a game, put it out or whatever. I guess, you know what I mean, it probably is one of them things where it's like the one studio wants to fix the game, the other studio wants to make more money on the game. It could be that miscommunication. I don't know. Honestly, though, for a AAA studio, this sounds like a complete disaster. For a budget, what's 400 million and stuff, extremely unprofessional. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Makes you think, is it really worth $80?
You have to set financial expectations in order to be as profitable as possible. So this is just telling us once again, EA is a complete piece of shit to work for. They set unreasonable expectations on their developers. They don't give them enough time. And it's essentially just profit, profit, profit with no end in sight. And now we get a really good look into how Battlefield 6's development for the main sort of thing has been going on for the longest period of time. Apparently, when EA Studios are developing games, there are certain gates they have to pass.
This is what I was talking about earlier on, guys.
These are tests.
These are crazy.
Tests have certain criteria in order to
Listen
pass
to
on
this.
to the next gate. Quote, for Gate 1, teams must have a clear sense of what they want to make and some proof of concept showing that this vision is achievable. As they approach Gate 2, they are building out and testing key technology, asking themselves if it can work at scale. Gate number 3 signifies full production. Glacier, or Battlefield 6, was expected to pass Gate 3 in early 2023, but it was significantly delayed. When it did pass, some on the ground questioned whether it should have passed at all. One person working at EA at the time had this to say, quote, I did not see robust budget, staff plan, feature lists, risk planning, etc., as we left Gate number 3. So now we understand that Battlefield 6 is
just sounds like a mess.
Far behind schedule, it seems, and some people working on the game don't even think it should have been allowed through Gate number 3 in their criteria. The article continues by detailing, quote, a former employee with direct knowledge of Battlefield 6 production plans told me that as Gate 3 approached, prototypes of some important game features were not ready, but since there wasn't time to complete proofs of concept, the decision was handed down to move ahead to production, even though the normal prerequisites were not met. So looky here, once again, cutting corners when crunch time is approaching. The most important Battlefield game of all time, quite possibly one of the most important.
They're gonna drop the ball on this, guys.
They're
gonna drop the ball.
Here EA is cutting corners, pushing things that are not ready, while simultaneously having an utterly delusional player expectation of 100 million people. And
hey, welcome,
again,
DJ.
If that wasn't bad enough, it gets even worse, because in some cases, people that were working on the Battlefield 6 project would bring up particular problems that they were seeing with the production. And as a result, 2 EA employees that reached out to the person writing this article told him that after they raised concerns, they found themselves cut out of development meetings.
What?
I just have to ask, what kind of absolute corporate nonsense circus is being run in these studios? How do you expect to push a successful fucking product when you have people coming to you saying, hey, we saw this problem and we would like to report it, and then your action is to not include them in meetings? What are you guys doing? Is this seriously how bad it is? But continuing on, apparently Gate number 3, which is the gate for full production, was cleared as late as May of 2025.
That's insane.
Full production was approved, essentially, as late as May of 2025. It is currently July 2nd when I'm recording this. So
see, the thing is, though, right? I know that sounds alarming, and honestly, it really should be. Because that is extremely alarming. But it also shows, though, like, that... what's going on. Because, like, if it's been May and stuff, as far as I know, Battlefield Labs has been way before that. You know what I mean? So I'm assuming the multiplayer is a lot more ahead, and I think a lot of, like, when it just got out of Gate 3, it's just because of the campaign. As I said before, that it probably isn't leaded around the multiplayer or the Battle Royale. This is probably the main reason why it got pushed behind so much, because of the campaign. So this might not truly affect the game. I don't know. Like, honestly, this sounds terrible. You know, this is terrible news. This is awful. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, this is super unprofessional. And this obviously makes so much sense because this is EA and DICE and everything all over, man. Like, this is how it happened. Like, this is the reason 2042 and even the beginning of Battlefield 5, it all started, you know what I mean? Because, like they haven't learned. They have not learned, and it's still happening to this day. But I don't know how the earth they have lost, like, a file or, like, the game development of the campaign for 2 years is beyond me.
So, if this is true, that means Battlefield 6 has only been under official full production for 2 months! The article goes on to tell us that apparently, quote, the alpha state was achieved for everything except the single-player campaign, but I'm told...
See, like, as I was saying, he already said it there. He says, like, everything was approved for the alpha stage except the campaign.
that this occurred with some tasks still unestimated.
I feel like I'm going to repeat that a lot today, aren't I?
Leaving the door open for problems and compromises down the road. So again, let me get this straight. They just basically greenlit full production, and they don't even have proper estimations on some things they need to work on, which means they don't know how long it's going to take to get the game ready to be playable.
This is why they haven't announced it.
They do not know how much time it's going to take to polish this game to get it ready for release, and it sounds like EA is absolutely not going to be willing to budge that release date. Furthermore, it seems that the campaign of Battlefield 6 has some aspects of it on the chopping block. If they can't fully flesh out this campaign, they are probably going to reduce the total length of the playable campaign. The reason this article lists is apparently the campaign is not as big of a priority as the multiplayer, which makes complete and total sense. But part of me just can't get over the fact that the studio working on the campaign was shut down and apparently nothing from it is salvageable.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That makes no sense.
And now we get into the part of the article where I just want to emphasize before I go into this, I'm not trying to come off as insensitive. Maybe some things I say will come off as insensitive, but I think you will fully understand where I'm coming from. This next part of the article has to do with AAA burnout from the people actually working on these games. He starts off this section of the article by stating, more than 20 years ago, a spouse of an EA employee famously wrote an open letter to EA to bring attention to the long hours and high-stress situations that developers working on these games are actually dealing with. One EA staffer had this to say, quote, "My day could start as early as 5 a.m. The first half of the day involved meetings with a studio in one part of the world, while the second included meetings with a studio in another region. Then my evenings would be spent doing my work because I'd be tied up juggling things all across the board and across time zones." This is not particularly surprising to me. I'm sure working for any sort of gaming studio, particularly under the control of EA, has to be an absolute just horrible experience sometimes.
Oh, I bet.
But listen to this. This is another quote from somebody that works at EA, detailing just how long some of the breaks some staffers are taking actually are. Quote, "There's like, I would hesitate to count, but a large number compared to other projects I've been on who have taken mental exhaustion leave here. Some as short as 2 weeks to a month.
Mental exhaustion leave? Is that a thing?
8 months to 9. And again, I don't want to come off as insensitive here. I totally understand every single person has their own things going on in their life, but you're gonna tell me that some people working on the next Battlefield game...
That must be just a Sweden thing, right? Right? I'm assuming so. Like, where you can, like, take time off by working so much or something. I was gonna say, that ain't a US thing, man. That's for sure.
Are taking 9 months of mental exhaustion leave? What is EA? A fucking labor camp? Do they have these developers outside crushing rocks for fun? I'll tell you what 9 months of mental exhaustion leave tells me. I think the people that are doing that, and I'm sure it's not many, are trying to get back at EA. I think them taking 9 months off is kind of like a fuck you.
That's
EA.
crazy,
Like,
man.
you,
that's a lot of time to take off.
9 months leave. But at the same time, I feel like a whip has got to be cracked inside of EA. The disorganization is extremely apparent now, and apparently you have people taking 8 or 9 months off. Hey, we need to get to work. Like, we need to deliver this game. I understand it's probably an unbelievably stressful, crowded, ridiculous schedule with unbelievable expectations.
Yeah, no one has
But
9
at the end of
months
the
of
day,
PTO.
Like, it's kind of their job. It isn't like they're working 18-hour shifts 7 days a week at the glass breaking factory in 95-degree heat in like Bangladesh. They're likely working from home, from their home office, or they're in a big corporate studio like development area. So maybe I just don't understand what's going on here, but I don't know. 9 months of leave is kind of insane. Let me know your opinion in the comment section down below.
It sounds like a mess.
This, but hey, listen, hey, I don't care. So what this article has told us so far is the campaign is well behind schedule, the base game is likely behind schedule as well, EA's expectations are utterly delusional, and the people working on the game are apparently just on the verge of quitting. But one very interesting contrast I would like to point out is take a look at the leaked gameplay from Battlefield Labs. What I'm hearing in this article doesn't really translate to what I'm seeing in the Battlefield Labs leaks. To me, the multiplayer is looking pretty good. I think it's a question of how much more polish they are essentially allowed to put on Battlefield 6 now. Because in the opinion of many, it is already looking better than Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042.
I'm just worried though that because of all this like weird delay stuff and what's going on with the game, I'm just hoping that this campaign isn't affecting like other developments and improvements of like the multiplayer or the BR. Because they're so important that they can't be slowed down.
So, my personal opinion is,
So why is the breakdown? Dude, you are way too late, my friend. Yeah, we are almost finished, man. Yeah, we're just going over... Yeah, we're like 17 minutes in. Yeah, we've been streaming for like over an hour, man. You're way too late on that. I'm sorry, bud. But it's fine, you can go back onto the stream after it's finished.
How some way they managed to lock in, get everything sort of sorted out, and they managed to release a semi-acceptable product on launch that fully encompasses what we want to see as Battlefield players. In my mind, there is simply no excuse anymore. I'm so tired of hearing about Battlefield sucking, experiencing the game sucking, the game dying immediately, the community being destroyed, everyone just being in a big black cloud of like doom and gloom. I want to see some prosperity for once. I want to see the franchise actually reach some heights that it hasn't reached in a very long time. And I think they need to...
Yeah, I want the game to do well.
And actually deliver this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. If you enjoy the content and want to keep up to date with Battlefield 6...
Alright. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, like, you know, like, I want that game to do good. You know what I mean? I don't want it to fail and stuff. You know, I want it to actually have some sort of, like, great success to it. But all that just sounds like really bad news.
Overwhelmed. We must take our losses and retreat while we still can.
Predicting the end of the world. No. It wasn't predicting. Now, as he said in the video, you know what I mean, he was saying that, you know, he's hoping that, you know, they can do better from that. You know, they can reach the heights what it used to be, or what it can be. You know, especially in this modern time, there's so much like impact they can have. Like the years they have missed of like being top dog is so long. You know what I mean? Like they haven't been top dog for so long, since like what, 2016. You know what I mean? Call of Duty does it every single year, man. Every year. They just put it in their face. Fortnite came along and that was the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, here is EA, this massive company, and it just can't even pull off an FPS title. You know what I mean? Like, it has to do good, man. It's got to do good. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think the game is going to reach like a massive peak. The COD is garbage. COD is garbage, man, because it's the same thing every single year. You know, they don't try to change or anything. It's just the same thing. You know? But yeah, I'm hoping that the next Battlefield is going to do well. I want it to do well, but it is that big fear. Oh man, I just hope it does.
Troops are moving in to secure a data center in Songdo, South Korea. You don't want to know what's on those servers, but they're vital to American operations in this region.
So no one can predict. No one can. No one can.
Secure the targets. Get ready to move.
Remember, guys, you haven't left a like on the stream, please do. Would appreciate it. Alright. It's time to do it. Doobity-doo. Yo, SirNug! What's up, man? Yo! How we doing? Dude, he came in the perfect time, man. Just lighting one up. How you doing, bud? Oh. It's good to see you, man. How's Zoe doing? She doing good? We're probably gonna get Battlefield next year, man. So you got about, I would say you probably got about a year or 6 months to teach her how to play Battlefield. But yeah, it's good to hear from you, man. I hope you're doing well. As I said, I hope the Babby's doing well. I hope the fam's doing well. I hope you're doing well, of course. I gotta make sure the Nugs is doing well. Got any plans for tomorrow, bud? Gonna do a little cookout? So just chilling. How are y'all? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just been pretty busy. Everything's kind of calming down, I guess. I'm excited. I got a new season for Delta Force coming out soon, so a lot of grinding there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, you got us with a knee launcher. That guy's probably so gassed. Right, I want to be someone's engineer. What is this? This is like the shotgun cannon? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna take a hit. It's alright, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. There you go. There's another. Bro missed. So I wanted to watch the midday movie. Did you guys already watch the Minecraft movie? I've heard that that's on Prime and HBO now.
Sector Alpha just fell to the enemy.
This gun's great for rangers. Any of you guys tried the AN-94 yet? She likes the zombies. Oh.
70 meters from my position. Hostile located.
Yeah, I just cancelled my HBO. I got the free trial so I could watch The Last of Us. I cancelled it now. No, no, I'm too weak. I'm too weak. I don't really get myself into that many shows. SirNug, you ever played Repo before? There we go, that's all I wanted. I want to fly around and chopper. It's on the PC. So sorry, say again. I said, have you ever played the game Repo? Yeah, it's a PC game called Repo. Oh, okay, so you've seen us play a bunch. Yeah, man, you have to try that game out. It's so much fun, dude. I try to encourage more people to play it. It's such a great game. It's a shame it's on PC. But it's so addicting. Come on, get in the chopper. Just gonna help this flag out. Oh, something's at me. Planet Craft and Peak? What is Peak? I've been seeing people play that. Oh! Oh! God! Yeah, we're fine, man, we're fine. Oh, we're not fine, we're not fine, we're not fine! Oh, God! Oh! Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Yeah, so what's that Peak game? What's that about? Oh, he's back! Why is it no repairers? Move! Where do we go? Where do we go? This way, this way. Oh, God! Oh, bro. Clenching cheeks. Okay. Oh my goodness, why do I have no repairers? You're laughing at me, TJ. Bro, I hate flyer, man. Oh. I did it though, I'm still alive. Can't judge me. take your flag. No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, you coward! He jumped out my thing! Oh! Oh! What? What? How am I still alive? Did you just see that Liz missile? I don't know how. Okay, we got a repairer. Man. Talk about stress, huh? Man, I don't even know how pilots do it. Some stressful stuff. You got a weapon skin? Add my name? Cool, cool. Very nice. Is that why it instantly happens now? When you see the name Neon, you don't think of like the neon color, like stuff. You just think of me. It's very thoughtful, man. Honestly, I'm the same way though. Like, you know, like every time, like I don't know, if it's like a random thing where I don't know, it's just a conversation and someone's talking about like a wedding or something. And they're like, yes, that DJ was really good. And I instantly think of DJ, the mod DJ, you know what I mean? I'm just like, DJ? DJ? So I know DJ. So I could hire him. So he's not really good at spinning the mixes, but he's pretty good with the smoking machine. Oh, go away, Twitch bot. Don't ruin my mood. Get out of here. Unbelievable, you just made the account too. Yeah, but like, I know a guy who can get the smoke machine for you. Easy does it. It's kind of a vibe, not gonna lie. Sky Daddy, repair me. Thank you. 1981. Jesus Christ. How was that make that guy? Definitely to be dad, right? Oh. 1981. How was that make that guy? Like 40? Like 50? Alright, I don't know. 44. Yeah, definitely a dad. Just the campaign, yes, yes, yeah. I actually got pretty pissed off about it because yeah, people are thinking it's all about the multiplayer stuff, but the biggest thing is the campaign. Since like the whole disasters around the campaign, it doesn't mean it takes any stress away from the multiplayer and the BR, because it does obviously still raise a lot of alarming, but it isn't around it. It's around the campaign. But it's just such a stressful situation as it is, and it's a really annoying one too, because like it's such a big moment for them and they're just dropping the ball again, you know? It's like it's the same thing. It's like this is why it keep happening, because the same thing. Like I don't know, man, I don't know. It's just like, when are they gonna learn, you know? But right now, and you know, considering with like Battlefield Labs and everything seems like it's fine. You know, we just gotta wait and see. I just hope this doesn't be. I hope it isn't affected because of it. But yeah, it obviously kind of explains how the delay is going on, why we don't have any Battlefield, and considering that we're already in July, I doubt we're gonna get a Battlefield this year. It's probably gonna be next year. Get that guy on the get him. Get the drone. Get the drone guy. Right, we basically have all the flags. Except this one up here. Uh-oh. Get ready, boys. Get ready. Get ready, chaps. We're going in. Let him up. Fire. Show no mercy. Oh god, he's shooting at us, guys. He's shooting. He's shooting back. He's one of them. He's one of them guys who shoots back. He has bullets too. This is a fair gunfight. Oh god. Looks like this has... We have been Uno reversed. Oh, he hit us with the yellow one. That's it. Lit him up. Fire. Hit the repairs. Tickle, tickle. One bailed. What's it? Oh, we are weak. Leave, leave. Oh, sugar. Well, that was a good run. Oh, I think I should have just pulled the flares a little bit too quick. Hey, I was quite overwhelmed. Okay, all right. It's not easy cruising that. I was doing my best. I love how I go on the ground and now it's just AI.
Just secured sector Bravo. Not good. We've secured nearly every sector. Do not give the Russians a chance to take that back.
Excommunicado. Isn't it called Excommunicado? We got the dub though. We got the dub. Got some nice flags too with some big points. Considering I only have 7 kills. I got some good points, man. No! Wait, he survived. Oh. If you're making a BRA campaign, seems it. Where did you get that from? What? That makes no sense. A Battle Royale campaign? What's that? That's new. Yeah, I'll timestamp everything so people can go back and watch the entire stuff and go through all the information and everything. But yeah, we have covered all the Battlefield 6 stuff now. I gave it about an hour, man. I waited about an hour to give people a chance to come in. Yeah, make sure you get that notifications on, guys. So they're saying they should like stick with like Nats and not both. But the thing is though, like Battlefield's always been known for a good campaign. You know, I mean, that's expected. And like I totally know what you mean, like a BR and stuff. I think a BR is unnecessary. Like at the end of the day, they could just do another extraction. But the extraction stuff has a lot of responsibility behind it. But I do believe though, like, you know, like doing the BR stuff does seem extremely unnecessary, because I think like BRs are kind of getting washed out now. Even I don't play BRs anymore. Like, you know, I think it doesn't mean they're bad. I think it's just it's just a little bit time to pass. You know, extractions are the new thing. Doesn't mean they can't like be popping again. But yeah, I know you mean, like, you know, it seems unnecessary, but like they have to like offer a certain amount to be like sellable. You know, they can sell it. You know what I mean? Just having a multiplayer and that's it. Like, the reality is, like, with Battlefield, and this is what I think annoyed me the most, and most people don't realize this, is that, you know, with Battlefield 2042, it was offering Hazard Zone, extraction mode, and was like going to offer Portal, and then was going to have the All-Out Warfare. Well, we all know how that went. You know, Hazard Zone got discontinued 2 weeks after launch. What was crazy, because they were still selling it for full price, even with a discontinued mode. It's just because they delivered it, is how they got away with it. Extremely cheesy. Well, not even cheesy, just... I don't want to go with it, man. It's like 4 years now, but... You know... And then obviously Portal. You guys know how Portal went. Most of it's just in 2042 now. Like, you know? So, it's just like... This game already had just the multiplayer, but a lot of that had to be chosen because of the disaster what this game was. But like, that's what I'm saying, they have to offer a battle royale, they have to offer a campaign, they have to offer a multiplayer to have a standard full price tag of like $80 or whatever they're gonna do. But honestly though, like, the way how I see it is just like, can we just have multiplayer? Because they already struggled to just work on a multiplayer. Like, that's all they really had to do with 2042, was just fix it and make it a better game, and they still couldn't do that. You know, so in what worlds do we think that Battlefield's going to do a good job with their multiplayer, a battle royale, and a campaign? Like, dude, I don't care about the campaign. It seems like a whole lot of waste of time and money and resources. You know, the battle royale is just, I don't know, man. It's, unless they put an extremely amount of time and effort and the consistent updates for battle royale, it's not going to succeed. I'm sorry, but it's not. If there's not weekly updates for it, or fixes to the BR, improving it, changing rotation stuff, that's done, man. That's done. The BR is going to be gone so quick, because you see how much like Call of Duty has. Call of Duty has like this insanely amount of just like changes, even if it's like changing the balance on the weapons or whatever. Like, there's always something with COD, and there's no way Battlefield's gonna do that. I guarantee you. Just, it's too much. Plus doing all the multiplayer too. You know, right? Because we're gonna get a battle royale when there's a new season. We're probably gonna get new locations of the BR, or we're gonna get a new map. But this is the thing, right? It's gonna be just like how it is with like 2042. We're gonna get one multiplayer map every season. I guarantee you. Because we're not going to get any more than that. Because if they're going to do maps, we're going to get one map for Battle Royale. And then we're going to get a map for multiplayer. And that's it. I guarantee you that's all they're going to offer you. We ain't getting like 3 maps. It's not happening, dude. I guarantee you the content will be delivered as the bare minimum. Van, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bud. How have you been? Probably the same map for both modes. Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, paid DLC does give better content. But it doesn't work though. Unfortunately, it doesn't. You see it nowadays as it is. You get to a stage where you have like a bunch of people and they have the paid DLC and you got a bunch of people who don't. Like a lot of people who like play the older Battlefields now, they don't have DLC on because DLC lobbies are just not populated anymore. The game is already way old as it is. You know, these older Battlefields don't have crossplay either. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it just isn't as populated. And, you know, because there's no crossplay, and then there's also like, you know, the split of like paid DLC, then you just keep bumping into that same issue. Just there's not enough players for the content. And it just really isn't worth it. Most of them now offer like the entire DLC, but it just doesn't work anymore. Like at the end of the day, people will really only want to buy it once, you know. They don't really want to pay for content, and that's what so many games have done now. As it is, they changed it where you don't pay for content, you know. You pay for like just cosmetics and the looks, you know. The content is free. But since that happened, everything changed. Everything got lazy, you know, and that's really what it was, you know. That's just how companies are. They wanna do the least work with the most money, and that's how it's always been. You know, why sell you guys a $20 DLC? What's gonna, you know what I mean, as I was saying, what's gonna cost you $20, and you can get like 4 maps with a bunch of weapons, or they can give you 1 map with a bunch of cosmetics and a battle pass and sell it for the same price. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is, you know what I mean? Like in Battlefield 1, you would get like 4 DLCs. I think it'd be like 4 or 5 weapons, like new vehicles and stuff. And you pay like what, like $20 for it. But now you spend $20 on a season pass, just cosmetics. And then you think about what the content you're really getting. It's just like 1 map and a weapon or 2. It's crazy the amount of like downgrade from a paid DLC, but it really separated the players. At the end of the day, this change, I think it was kind of for the worst, because we're definitely getting less content in video games now, but it also was for the better, to keep like a longer life scale for a game. The COD and Fortnite stuff is way too overwhelming by their prices. It's extreme. Like spending like $20 on a skin and stuff like that. It's wild, man. I try to spend the least amount of money as I possibly can. Yeah, I'm more of a saver than a spender. I don't really like spending money. And there's nothing wrong with putting a little bit of money into a game, you know. I've done it time to time too. But yeah, I can't sit there and spend, you know, $20 on a skin and do that repetitively. Like there's some people who put like a serious amount of money into their accounts. What is wild. Very annoying problem with PlayStation. So you got Battlefield 2042 for free. So with the regular PlayStation Plus. So, but now it's free with the PlayStation Plus Extra. Oh, so have you always been playing on PlayStation? When's the last time you played Battlefield on your PlayStation? I honestly thought that if you download the game, then you got it. Like, you permanently got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you already purchased it once, and that's it. But yeah, it's, I don't know. But yeah, you said you got it for free. And what, you've been playing a bunch of times since then? And they just switched it to PlayStation Plus Extra? Well, that could be just because of, like, you know, because the deal has been changed. So I guess that's why it has been changed. But that shouldn't make any sense, because, like, at the end of the day, even if the deal has been changed, you previously bought it before, and it doesn't matter. It should be, like, as soon as you purchase the game, you got it. Like, that's yours. But as you got it for free, you know, and it's changed now, I don't know. It's not like you put money into it, so you don't really have, like, anything to fight for it. Oh. Man, my stomach's going crazy right now. Is it gonna be a BF6 then? Yes. Yes. After the stream is done, Van, check out the stuff. Or check out some of the content creators what they put out. But yeah, it seems like the multiplayer and everything's fine. This is just based around the campaign. So I wouldn't worry too much. It just isn't a good look for Battlefield, and it just the same old crap. This is Battlefield all over. This is what they keep doing for some reason, and we don't understand why. And it's annoying. But it seems like it's just the campaign stuff, so I wouldn't freak out too much about it. You know, and that's up to you anyway, if you want to pre-order the game or not. I'm going to buy the game no matter what anyway. I'm obviously going to play it. Man, I'm getting pretty hungry, I'm not going to lie. The thing is, though, like, the way how I look at the subscription stuff, I have the lowest one. I just have the standard one. I think it charges me, like, every 3 months. And that's it. But I just have, like, the standard subscription. Because that's it. I don't need to get, like, a bunch of free games or anything. Like, if there's a game I want to play or anything, I'll just buy it. But I totally understand what you understand and like what you guys are on about though, because it's just like the Game Pass. It's a pretty awesome thing when you spend like $15 and you got like a bunch of games for free, especially as well when you're just like, huh, I don't even need to spend money on COD. You know, you get the early access of the beta playtest and stuff like that. You know, like the alpha or the beta build. You know, you get the game on day one for free. I totally get it, but like that's the thing. You gotta have a passion for all the games, and for me, I'm not really bothered about that. I'll just get like the standard PlayStation Plus subscription. But yeah, if you love your variety games, you like playing different games, yeah, I totally understand. But yeah, you gotta be careful, man. You know, some of them are pretty pricey. You know, I am a PlayStation guy, but I'm sorry, but Xbox Game Pass is way too good. And now Steam is on the way. You know, they said Steam's gonna come to Xbox. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a tough one. Playing PlayStation does the same as Steam. I think they really should. Just allow you to have a bit more variety of games and stuff. You know, there's so many games only available on Steam. But I guess if they do it like that, it just cuts a deal. Where like Steam gets a certain cut out of the purchase from PlayStation. But PlayStation also makes the money. So it's like, hey, you know, if they purchase the game through Steam, then Steam gets like, you know, 50% and PlayStation keeps the other. Perfect split. Come on, guys, we gotta get this flag. Yeah, you gotta make a win-win for both companies. Come here, you! Alright, guys, gotta hold this flag. Got intense. Huh?
Our troops have secured more sectors in the hostile.
We got people down below. They might be taking that zip line to come up to here. But we still need more flags. We got 3 though.
Go down!
Enemy forces at half strength.
Okay. I think it's because I reloaded. Whoops. I went all the way down just to reload. And it like, nope, we go back up zip line.
Russian troops have entered one of our objectives.
So, are you surprised I'm here? No. Why would you think I'm surprised? I usually see you de time to time. But I know people are busy and stuff. You know, I see so many people on a daily basis. Is it because, like, work or something? So is the Thompson good at all? Is it an all-out warfare? There's no Thompson. It's only in just a portal. And actually, right now, the dot size is really bugged up with it. And so I'm always working when you stream. You see. So you have like today off? You took today off. Oh, okay. Oh, to give yourself like what, a 4-day weekend? Nice, nice. Let's go, man. You're so smart. I know, I know. I know. So what are you gonna do for the 4-day weekend? You just gonna like scream at COD? Because I totally know what you're like, Jim. Bro would just take time off to just scream at COD for a couple hours. Well, you only got about like what, a month and a half, and then we got Delta Force and console. My birthday's next month too. We gotta figure out what to do, chat. We gotta figure out what to do. We gotta do a birthday stream, man. How old do you think I'm, guys? How old do you think I'm gonna be? I want you guys to guess. Be gentle. But how old do you think I'm gonna be? 50? You know, you can at least try, Jim. What was a mine? $40? What? I said, can you at least try? I don't even know if he's serious or not. See, now you're scared off the chat. You're scared of the chat now for guessing. Oh, I think that's failed.
Marking hostile armor!
Oh, but I... Come on, repairer. Yeah. Fix me up, fix me up. Fix me up, Doc. Fix me up. Come on. He has no clue. That guy just took a bullet for that vehicle. Oh, too many, too many.
An objective is no longer
Too many C5s on there.
You're in command of Sector Delta.
Oh yeah, we should have the win on this. And you know what? Spawn our own spawn, because for some reason we don't have the E2 flag.
Ground to cover. Haraku.
Let's take this flag at least. Get some of our own. Dude, the fact is we have been holding that C and D flag for the entire game is pretty dope. I honestly think that's probably what's going to make us win the game anyway. There's a lot of people on... this is our spawn, so I don't really know what they're doing so far over here. You guys lost? This is our spawn. Causing a bit of chaos with the launchers though, aren't they? Oh, bud, just hop over. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. He didn't make it. May he rest in peace. Poor soul.
You're now securing Echo 1.
There we go. It took long enough. Hey, can I get left?
The resources are running low.
Never mind.
Let's go. Back a few for us.
See, look, we're already getting E1. Oh, God. Bro tried to launch at me. Alright, alright. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Hang on, hang on. Come on, dude. You got a chance. You got a chance to shoot me.
Our troops just took Sector Echo.
Bro. Poor guy.
It's under attack.
There he is.
Hostile.
Come on. Come on, you know you wanna. 85 tickets. We totally got the dub now. Might as well start shaking hands with everyone. Congratulating them.
Our troops just took Sector Bravo.
I'm gonna go to D1, hold it off before we win the game.
Do not give the Russians a chance to take that back.
Actually, I feel like by the time we make it to the flag, we already won. Oh, there's a vehicle.
Get down.
Come on, come this way. He stopped. There we go. GG. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Done some good flag captures too. There was one guy on the other team but done 18 flag captures. Well, that is pretty much everything for today's news of Battlefield. I will timestamp everything, so if you guys want to go back and watch all of that craziness, you guys totally can. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I appreciate all being here. Thank you very much for hanging out. Big shout out to Jim coming in with all that gifted subs, man. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you, thank you. But yes, that is gonna be it for today. Tomorrow early stream, I'm estimating around like 11 o'clock in the morning. That's Eastern Standard Time. Obviously early stream because it's the 4th of July. I know most people in the US is obviously going to be busy, of course. So I thought I'd just do an earlier stream because obviously I'm doing stuff myself too. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I appreciate all the love and support as always. Big shout out to the mods keeping the stream safe. And I'll see you troopers in the next stream. Take it easy and bye-bye now. Bye everyone.